This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Oh, happy, Wednesday. It is the Jason Walker Show here in Helena, Montana. Love it. We had a huge rainstorm last night. Got some great hail, too, and lightning. Man, it was awesome. Big show today coming up, Major Mortgage Man Cave. That's what she said on the way on this day in history. We're going to talk about some more cancellations and postponements and a whole lot of stuff on the way. But because our first guest today is such a busy person, we're going to get her in right away on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. She is professional golfer Haley Ostrom. How are you?
Hello, hi. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it is my pleasure. I think people first came to know you, Haley, from, what was the name of the show? On
Shot Makers.
Shot Makers. I kept wanting to say Top Shots on Top Golf, but yeah, Shot Makers.
That's funny. Everybody actually calls it Top Shots. I think that everybody just has that in their mind.
Well, you were one of the top shots on that show. What was it like to be on there? Because what was it, the Ringers? Is that what you were part of?
Yes, Team Ringers. Yep, we were the purple team, Andrew and I. It was such a fun experience. You know, growing up, it was always one of my goals. Like, oh my gosh, watching the Golf Channel with my dad, that would be so cool to be on the Golf Channel one day. And of course, growing up, it was always about the big break. But they don't have the big break anymore. So now it was Shot Makers. And when I got that phone call, I was all in.
How'd you get into golf?
My dad got me into golf when I was really little, basically as soon as I could walk. And then I started playing in tournaments when I was 9.
Wow. Haley Ostrom joining us here, Jason Walker Show. You're not very tall. So Lexi Thompson's, 6'3", 6'2". Brooke Henderson's 5'6". You're more of a Brooke type player, right?
I don't know what you are talking about. I like to think I'm very tall. I stand at a full 5'3" and a half.
Ooh.
The half is definitely necessary.
Absolutely. How do you generate so much power, though?
I mean, you don't have to be big or tall or long in order to have a good swing speed. It's all in the swing speed and building that momentum from the ground up.
Okay, because I'm 5'5" and maybe a quarter, and I don't have that leverage that Lexi has or Dustin Johnson, but I can't drive it very far. I can drive it straight, but not very far.
I mean, that's all that matters at the end of the day is that you're hitting it straight down the middle. But
right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody can really come out and say that they have the same distance as Lexi or DJ. But I hold my own with my size. But
yes, you do.
Just all in that leverage.
Okay, so you started playing in tournaments at 9, and how many tournaments did you win from 9 through high school?
I don't even know off the top of my head. I played Central Oregon Junior Golf Association, otherwise known as COJA, and I won tournaments throughout that. It was just, we played every single Monday during the summer, so I honestly don't know. My dad probably, he should probably just be on this call instead because he could answer every single question about that.
Well, obviously, a proud parent is Haley Ostrom joining us here, Jason Walker Show. All right, so you grew up in Bend, Oregon. Weather-wise, pretty decent to play golf most of the year. Not when we'll talk about where you live now, but what was it like to play in Bend over the course of all those years?
It was, well, so Bend has great courses, right? Where we have awesome courses in Oregon and Central Oregon especially, but the weather is so crazy in Central Oregon. You could be in the middle of summer and it'll be so hot, perfect weather in the 80s all week, and then you'll have one day and it could hail all day long, or it's just crazy. So it kept me on my toes, but it definitely made me appreciate, getting to move out of that and play in some warmer weather. And I always say I put in my time there and put in my time with the bad weather. So now I get to relax in Arizona.
Yeah, you do live in Scottsdale, which is a beautiful, beautiful area. You can play year round. I'm trying to convince my wife to move to the Phoenix area because I've got a 2-year-old, and there's a lot of money in college for women's golfers that's just left on the table every year. And if I get her grown up on a golf course in Phoenix, she'll be solid, right?
Right, exactly. You just have to live in Arizona, and she'll be a great golfer.
I like
that. No, you're right. A lot of scholarships that go unturned, and it's such a good opportunity for women and getting more women into the game. So I fully support your decision.
Well, I appreciate that.
Your wife.
Thank you. If I can convince her, then you'll have to become our swing coach. So Haley Ostrom joining us here, Jason Walker Show. You went to a college, though, with no scholarships because you went to a D3 school at George Fox. What was that like?
Yeah, George Fox University, D3 school. It was not at all what I expected for myself. I wanted to leave Oregon, go to California, go play where it was warm, but I just could not find the right fit. So eventually my dad was the one that suggested George Fox. I took a recruiting trip there and just instantly fell in love. I loved the team. I loved the coach. It was just the perfect fit for me. And they do have a lot of other scholarships that they offer. So what I received from George Fox was, if not more, it's the same amount that I would have received at a D1 or D2 school. So I ended up going to George Fox, and I loved it. It was one of the golfers that was just winning left and right. Golf was natural for me, but I was such a little tomboy. My dad always referred to me as a tom girl. I would hang out with the boys, like to, get dirty outside and play every sport, but I was still a little bit girly girl in there. But I just could not commit to one sport until my junior year of high school, and I said, all right, this is my ticket to college. This is how I'm going to get to choose my school, is a golf scholarship. I'm good enough at it. I might as well just put in a little extra time. And then in college, that's when the LPGA kind of became more clear that was in my reach, that I could actually do that. And my dad, my parents are so supportive. They encourage me. I think my dad has put every idea in my head beforehand, and then I come up with it, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should try the LPGA. And he's like, weird, I mentioned that a year ago. But so my senior season at George Fox was kind of my proof to myself that I was going to be able to do it. I realized how much I had improved over those 4 years in school, and I just saw my game just getting better and better every day, and the hard work was paying off. I knew I had the work ethic, and if you have the work ethic, the game will come. So senior year, won some tournaments, helped my team make it to nationals, and that's when I decided I'm going to move down to Arizona and join the Cactus Tour and just try.
Haley Ostrom joining us here, Jason Walker Show. So you're still young, you're 24, but do you feel old in golf years?
Well, I'm actually 26.
Oh,
but,
okay. Well, I was trying to be, generous.
I mean, I get that I'm 18 all the time, so I don't know if that's a compliment, but I do feel kind of old in golf years sometimes, just because you see like the younger girls that come up, and you always hear the stories of, the 14-year-old girl or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the grand scheme of things, if you just put it into perspective, you're like, all right, that's one story out of how many, and I still have so much time, and golf is a sport that you can play forever. You look on the men's tour, and there's Phil out there who's in his 50s now, and he's still playing on the PGA Tour. So
who were some of your idols growing up? Who do you love watching?
Growing up, I always loved Annika. I think every young girl golfer loved Annika. I also, of course, loved Tiger, although Tiger and I had our little breakup for a little while. He made some poor decisions. I couldn't like him for a couple years, but back on the Tiger train. Yeah, okay. I do appreciate Tiger and what he does for the game. But like I said, I loved all sports, and so I was always a baseball girl, and my favorite athlete was Dustin Pedroia from the Red Sox.
Oh, you're not a Red Sox fan, are you?
I am.
Okay, well, yes. I'm not a Yankee fan, but my wife is. So if you talk to her,
oh boy,
we won't talk baseball.
Well, at least you're not. I almost hung up.
No, I am a Mets fan. Funny story though. In 1984, when I first got into baseball, well before you were born, I picked up a team from each league to cheer for, and I picked the Mets and the Red Sox. But I've stuck with the Mets over all the years because they just don't win, and the Red Sox do. So there you go. Full disclosure. Haley Ostrom joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. I got to ask this. So what other sports did you play growing up?
Oh, what didn't I play? I did soccer, basketball, volleyball, tennis, swimming. What else? I think that's about it. And golf, of course.
And golf, of course, for sure.
Of course.
All right, so a couple of hashtags that really intrigue me, and you're a great follow on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and everywhere. But let's talk about Team Haley first. Explain the hashtag Team Haley.
So after I graduated and moved to Arizona, I was such a team player in college. I always wanted to encourage the team, and I loved having a team that would push me to get better, and I could help push them to get better. So when I decided to play professionally, I realized, you're on your own. You don't have a coach that's telling you to go out and practice, within these hours, and you don't have a team that you're out there with. You're by yourself. And it was hard in the beginning to do that, I think, just to have fun with it and make yourself go out there and practice on the days you didn't want to practice. And so I just created Team Haley so that, because in the end, you really do have a team. You have your support system. You do have a swing coach. You have a trainer. You have all these things, and you do have a team. So I just had to look at my career as I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for the team. And all the support system that I grew over social media, I wanted everybody else to be able to watch the journey and be a part of it and feel like they're included in this as well.
Well, I've been hashtag Team Haley since you started on the Golf Channel a couple years ago. I rooted for you guys so hard on that show. Haley Ostrom joining us here, Jason Walker Show. All right, the other hashtag that is super awesome to follow along with is Toe Tap. Explain this to me, please.
Okay, so this one didn't come until a little bit later, but it was actually some of my followers started pointing out the fact that after I swing, after I hit the ball, I do a little toe tap with my right toe. Mm-hmm. Like I tap the ground. And so people just started hashtagging in my comments, toe tap, toe tap, toe tap. And then anytime the video didn't show it, people would be like, where was the toe tap? You missed the toe tap. So I just started hashtagging it because I'm like, I didn't even know that that's something I did. And kind of a weird thing, but I think I'm going to trademark it.
That's awesome. I love that. Haley Ostrom joining us here. I'm trying to show some videos of the toe tap here because it is very cool. You're also great, Haley, at trick shots. And there was one you posted, was it yesterday? At Top Golf in the Scottsdale area. Well, you're on a couple, actually, because there was the one from, was your good friend Tania, was it Tania Tare posted up, and there was 4 of you.
Yeah.
And then the one you posted on your own in jeans, of all things. I don't understand how people can swing a golf club in jeans, but I guess when they're as good as you, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you should try doing it in high heels. I'll send you some of those videos.
I would love to see that. I've only worn high heels a couple of times, but I think you even do the toe tap, by the way. I'm going to rewind this video during trick shots.
I'm sure I probably did. See, that's the thing. It's like I don't even realize that I do it. So, who knows?
Oh, so funny. A couple final questions because I know you're busy, but when you look at golf and your game, is it harder to do trick shots or is it harder to just go out and play?
Well, I would say that I don't do trick shots as often. You know, I play all the time, but trick shots are just something that it's fun for me to try to do. And mine are so basic that anybody that watches them can probably try and eventually succeed, you know, with a little practice. So I would say if I was trying to learn some of the hard trick shots, the stuff that, you know, Tania Tare does, I can't do any of that. So I would say that that's probably, for me, that's harder just because I don't have that hand-eye coordination that she has. But playing to me is just my job. It's what I've done all my life. So
what's your lowest score?
69.
Okay, that's good. Let's see. What is your favorite club?
My driver, but I have to put an asterisk next to that because I want to say my putter. Putter has to be your favorite club, but I'm just kind of known for the driver after shot makers.
Well, that is, yeah. What is your longest drive?
I've touched on 300, but I swear, like I had to have hit a sprinkler head or something. But I've hit 300 a couple times, but those were some dry Arizona days.
Well, you need to come golf in Montana or the altitude. I'm just saying.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Get
All right.
Real drives over
what
there.
clubs do you play?
Ping G400.
Okay. Reason behind that?
There's not really a reason. I didn't ever try Ping until I moved to Arizona. Ping is located here in Scottsdale, and my roommate at the time was working for them, so I went in, got fit, and I fell in love.
What ball do you play?
The Titleist Pro V1, currently switching to the X.
Okay. See, I'm a Callaway guy, so because I'm Team Phil.
Okay.
But
Understandable.
You could probably convince me to switch to Titleist. Maybe. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. All right, real quick final ones. What have you been watching during COVID?
Oh gosh. Well, you reminded me of The Office. That's what she said Wednesdays. The Office is always on my list. Always watching that. Yellowstone.
Ooh. You know where that's filmed, right?
Yeah. Isn't that in your neck of the woods?
It is filmed in Montana, yes.
Yes. And partially in Utah, I heard.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, but that's probably one of my current favorites that we've been watching during quarantine. Then honestly, so many others, but
Sure.
I can't even think of them off the top of my head.
All right, when golf returns, who wins the LPGA season end title?
Well, I actually was on the phone call with the LPGA this morning and not sure what that schedule is going to be looking like this year. So, I go with Brooke. I like Brooke.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, and then who wins the big match play charity thing between Phil and Tiger and Peyton and Tom?
Ooh, well, I am always rooting for Peyton. So Peyton's with Phil, right?
I think Peyton's with Tiger, isn't he?
Oh,
I don't.
maybe I'm wrong.
I'll try to Google it.
Okay.
I think Peyton is with Tom or Tiger.
Okay, well then that's who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for whoever is with Peyton.
So
a
you're
huge Brady fan.
you're not a. I'm not a Tom Brady fan either. So let's see: Tiger, Phil, Brady, Manning. This is going to bother me, and it's probably going to bug you until we get an answer on this, and hopefully our internet. So have you been to Montana?
I have not. No.
Well, you need to get up here and play.
I know. I know I do. Soon, hopefully.
Soon. And when do you, or how many hole-in-ones do you have?
I only have one,
Okay.
but it's a pretty cool one.
Oh, tell me about it.
The day that I turned pro, that I signed up, I signed up for a tournament as a professional, declared myself a pro. I went out and was working this charity event at TPC Scottsdale, and it was the day after the Waste Management. So the stadium was all set up. I was on hole number 16 and had a hole-in-one there.
Oh, nice.
On the day that I turned pro. So
That is
I said it's
awesome.
a sign from the golf gods.
Absolutely. I can't find it in this, so I can't find where I'm looking. So I don't know who's on. I think maybe Peyton's on Phil's side, which would be great because I'm a Phil guy.
Yeah, I love Phil too. I'm a Phil guy all the way, but
What?
I'm
Tiger
rooting
broke
for
your heart.
whoever is with Peyton. Tiger did break my heart.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Look, I know you're got to run, but this has been such a pleasure. Come on the show anytime. And if you have anything that would be cool to hang up in the Major Mortgage Man Cave here, feel free to send it along. We'll display it for you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, will do.
A signed glove
Thanks so
or
much.
something. So Haley Ostrom, professional golfer, appreciate it. And give her a follow on Instagram. She's fantastic. Take care and enjoy the day and good rounds later.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks.
Talk soon.
That is Haley Ostrom joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Part of That's What She Said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. And Dinner's Done Right is, they've been open this whole time during COVID, during quarantine. They've been open at all for you to go in and grab your to-go food. And you don't have to go to the grocery store then, okay? The dishes are taken out of it. It's perfect for everybody. You can get single meals. You can get 2 to 3. You can get 4 to 6 sized. Just stop by Dinner's Done Right. And what's great is during all of this, and the weather's gotten nice, people have been going out camping. Well, you stop by Dinner's Done Right. Get the grab and go camping bundle. Includes these 4 to 6 serving size. You get the Calbee beef flank steak, which is unbelievably good. You also get grilled Asian chicken. You also get Fiesta burgers, which are fantastic. 6 s'mores hand pies, and all in a tote bag. Okay, so you get all of this to go, and it's a great price. $95 feeds 4 to 6, or 2 to 3 dudes. So if you're going camping with the guys, I'm telling you, Dinner's Done Right. Check them out, and it's fantastic, fantastic. Thanks to Haley Ostrom joining us. That's What She Said Wednesday. Brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. And when we do, we're going to check in with the world of sports. What else is going on? This is The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
During this time of uncertainty and stay-at-home orders, Dinners Done Right wants to remind you that they're still open. Just go to dinnersdoneright.com, place your order, and then pick it up for dinner that night, or plan ahead and order for the weekend. It's easy. Visit dinnersdoneright.com, register, pick your meals, then pick them up, or stop in and grab meals out of the front freezer. Dinners Done Right's taking extra precautions with extra cleanings going on with every piece of equipment and personnel. Dinners Done Right thanks you for your continued support, and may we all stay safe and healthy during this time. All right, I guess our music's not going to work today, which is fine. It's better than not being on the air. Jason Walker Show back, Major Mortgage Man Cave. And you can watch live all the time, when we're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can also check it out on Podbean, Network One Sports, and TreasureStateRadio.com live. And then always go to JasonWalkerShow.com. If you missed anything, if you want to re-listen to any interviews, rewatch anything, that is the website to go to, JasonWalkerShow.com. Looks like we got knocked off Treasure State Radio. We're going to try to get back on there as we speak, but still hanging out and having a good time talking with Haley Ostrom, who, that was a great interview, because, that's what we do here on the Jason Walker Show. But she's a sweetheart, and so much fun chatting with her. She's, 5'3" and a half, she said, but if you get a chance to watch her golf, and watch her, follow her on Instagram or wherever, social media, her shots are unbelievable. And it's just, she's a professional golfer. And you look at, your drives that go 200, 220, 250. She's driving 300. And it's just amazing. She's such a great golfer and a great ambassador for the world and the sport of golf. So we appreciate Haley Ostrom joining us. And if you missed it, because it was right at the top of the show. You can go to jasonwalkershow.com a little bit later on after we'll have it up on the air or up online. Did want to hit this, and we're going to see more of this in college athletics. MSU Billings today released this, about 45 minutes ago. The Division II President's Council met and approved changes to the minimum number of contests for sports sponsorship, minimum number of contests for championship selections, and the maximum number of contests and dates of competition for this upcoming academic year as a result of the financial impact of COVID-19. This directly from MSUB Athletics press release. That means fewer games on the schedule for MSU Billings. MSUB Director of Athletics, Krista Montague, said, quote, "First and foremost, we take a lot of pride at MSUB in providing a positive quality experience for our student athletes. Part of that is the quality of competitions we're able to provide through our association with NCAA Division II, places they travel to and experience. We're disappointed this important part of their experience will be cut short this academic year. However, this issue is bigger than any one person or department. Institutions across the country are facing many unknowns and challenging times. It is important to recognize the purpose behind these actions is to assist all institutions with financial concerns," end quote. So here's basically what it means is that including MSUB, there'll be a 33% reduction in minimum sports sponsorship requirements for all Division II sports, including National Collegiate Championship sports, emerging sports, and D2 men's ice hockey. So a minimum contest for the championship selection was approving a 33% reduction in those championship sports, with the exception of rowing. MSUB, of course, does not have rowing, so it doesn't affect them. You can check it out at NCAA Division II website, but man, you're going to see a lot more of this happening across the country. I mean, we've already saw Division II, was it the California Cascade or California Collegiate Athletic Association, Division II, canceled its fall sports season already. So, it's absolutely crazy, and we're going to see more. And here's a question that I have, and you can take this how you want. I would love to have an answer, but I don't think anybody can answer this. What's going to happen to some of these smaller schools, like an NCAA Division II or Division III or NAI? Think about NAI schools for a second. Already struggling financially, okay? But how many can make it without sports? Because the majority, you look at the Frontier, I think it's 60+% of students in Frontier schools are student athletes. And combined, that's a lot. And if you lose those student athletes, you're going to lose money, both from Fed, state, and also from the student themselves, or their parents, I guess. But how many NAI schools, if there's not fall sports, let's just say, worst case scenario, there's no sports for the entire academic upcoming year. How many NAI schools will make it? How many will have to close? And these are real questions that need answered because we don't know. It can't be answered because, again, we just don't know. How many of these smaller schools? We've seen Division I schools already dropping sports. Cincinnati, Akron. Are they overreacting? Maybe. But again, it goes back to we can overreact and still be concerned. But it's very interesting because I don't know where we're headed, and nobody does. Are we going to get high school sports this season? Hopefully. That would be drastically bad if we don't have high school sports. But how much of high school will follow what the colleges do? I mean, let's just hypothetical here. We're not throwing any fear factor out or any of this stuff. But hypothetically, what happens if there are no college sports and no high school sports? And if college sports get canceled, do high schools get canceled as well? Because there's already some, and the MHSA came out and took some action already preemptively for the fall, which is great, saying that they don't have to be 10 hours in class to be eligible for in the building to be eligible to compete. Because some schools have already said for the fall in Montana, they're going to go some in-person learning and some online learning. And again, we don't know what's coming. We don't know if there's going to be another outbreak, if it's going to be worse. You know, you look, and I brought this up yesterday, you'd look at Montana State or Montana or Rocky, Western, Carroll, Northern Tech. If people come from out of state in August to go to school or play sports or both, then and if someone gets sick or someone is sick, comes in, somebody from New York comes to Montana and infects somebody, and then it spreads. I see an outbreak. And I know the COVID's not as bad as was initially thought back in March, but you know, the governor going to phase 2 in June 1st. What if more, because the tourists are going to come in, what if Montana has a drastic, huge increase in numbers of cases? Do we shut down again? And then how bad is it then? And again, questions that have to be asked. Not fear, not media fear driving you, but legitimate questions. Look, there's supposed to be baseball tonight. It's not going to happen. Helena and Missoula will now play tomorrow, weather permitting. Got a lot of rain last night. And hail. It was a great lightning storm here in Helena. I mean, if you were, or wherever you had the storm pass by. But man. So I just worry and wonder how much we're not going to have, you know, just it bothers me. It upsets me because we don't know. We all want sports. I think we're over reliant on sports for entertainment. I mean, I read some stuff on Twitter of, you know, these bigger schools, the fan base going nuts if we don't, you know, if we don't have football, what are we going to, well, think about, you know, yeah, football's the moneymaker, but what about the other sports? What about volleyball? Okay. What about cross country? You drop down to high school, what about, you know, those fall sports? Volleyball, cross country, football. But what about golf in the AA? That's in the fall. And it's frustrating because we don't have any answers. But hopefully there's some positivity on the way, you know, and would love to see more and more sports happen throughout the summer. But I just worry that we're going to have more cancellations and more postponements. Like I said, we saw this coming, and we knew that there were certain things that were going to get canceled. The Olympics got moved an entire year. It's just nuts. And it has gotten frustrating. And, you know, I had a good conversation on the Twitter last night with a guy, and you know, he said, look, he agrees with me, and because I don't want to say changing my opinion about things, but I want sports. I want life. Okay. I want to be able to go out and sell this show more. We have great sponsors already, but, you know, the more the merrier, right? I want to be able to go talk to sponsors of currently. I want to just go talk to people and not have to worry about anything. I don't wear a mask everywhere. And I talked to a lot of people yesterday. Well, not a lot, a few. While I was out and about, including my nurse, who at my doctor's appointment said, look, I wear my mask at work because I have to. Other than that, I don't wear it anywhere. So, just trying to stay positive through all of this. Really. And, you know, it's just tough because we just don't know. We don't have any answers. Nobody does. It's absolutely tough. But MHSA had some meetings. There's some movement going to happen. We'll talk about it when we come back. Also, to answer our question that we posed with Haley Ostrom, it is Tiger and Peyton taking on Phil and Tom Brady. So she's going to be rooting for Tiger and Peyton. I don't like Tiger and I don't like Tom Brady. Now, if they were together, that'd be great because then I wouldn't never have to root for him. I'm a Phil guy, so I got to root for Phil, but that means I have to root for Tom Brady, and nobody wants that. But I'll root for Phil no matter what. Because if Phil wins, then the world wins. If Tiger wins, I'm not a Tiger fan. Never happened. But anyway, so there you go. There's your answer on who is golfing with whom. Is it whom or who? Who is golfing with whom or whom is golfing with who? Or who and who or whom and whom? I don't know. Tweet us. Facebook us. You can email as well. Coming right back, this last segment brought to you by our good friends at Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn in Helena. When we return, MHSA with some news. We'll also just chat about on this day in history and a whole lot more. Still to come. Jason Walker Show on a happy Wednesday. Are you going to the drive-in tonight? We'll talk about that too. Coming right back.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
I'm done with this.
Thinking about trying something new? The Montana Air National Guard has so many exciting career fields to choose from, many that can open up opportunities in your civilian life. The best part? You'll be getting paid to learn a new trade skill right here at home. What are you waiting for? Let's get you in school and get you paid. Contact Leak Fecto at 406-788-8962.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Final segment on a Wednesday. This is drive-in movie night in Helena. Got Jumanji 2 on one theater screen and The Goonies on the other, both over at the fairgrounds. I think this is cool, the fairgrounds bringing in this. I haven't been to a drive-in since Bozeman, maybe the late 80s. It's been a while. So looking forward to that. Taking the wife on a date. It is our anniversary today, so figure I should probably do something. Third anniversary, by the way. So we're going to see The Goonies, which is going to be cool because, A, I don't like Jumanji, the original or the remake, and I didn't see the remake 1, so I'm not going to watch 2. So we'll watch The Goonies. Now, there's people in The Goonies not fans of. Sean Astin, just a moron. Who was it? Josh Brolin. And then the annoying blonde-haired friend. She was annoying. Data is great. Of course, he played Short Round on Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Harrison Ford and Kate Capshaw. You call him Dr. Jones, lady. I love that part. And, of course, everybody loves Chunk and the other dude, Baby Ruth. True story, Lewiston, Idaho. No, we weren't in Lewiston. We were in Coeur d'Alene Resort with Carroll men's and women's basketball, spending the night before the LC State game the next day. And the trainer and I went down to the lounge. It was a great band was playing, but there was a lady seriously looked like the mom in Goonies. I thought it was her. I was like, oh, it's her. But it wasn't. But seriously looked just like her. It was freaky how similar they looked. So, there you go. All right, MHSA had some news, and let's get to it. So their annual May meetings, did it virtually, and reclassified planes from Class C to Class B beginning next season, not this coming fall. Butte Central and Forsyth were recommended to drop down, but Butte Central, they love it being Class A. They love, I know they won a boys basketball title, co-champs this year, but they need to move down. But they're not gonna. Forsyth petitioned as well to stay at Class B instead of dropping to Class C. Fairview reclassified from C to B, but they're going to wait because Office of Public Instruction will do its official enrollment count on October the 5th, and then Fairview gets reclassified at that time. We were talking about this. So the MHSA board waived the current 10 hours per week being in the building attendance requirement for the upcoming school year only in order to stay eligible. So that's cool because some schools have already talked about their possibility of having some in-person and some online learning mixed together in the upcoming school year. And that's the other thing we have to think about. Will there be high school in session? We don't know. It's going to be interesting these next few months, by the way, to just keep an eye on all of this. High school, college, everything because of the COVID. So there you go. Which is pretty cool. Some good deals. Okay, so we talked about baseball, the Legion season that's not Legion but is Legion. Senators were supposed to play Missoula tonight at Kendrick. That is going to be postponed to tomorrow because of all the rain and stuff we got last night. Now, unbelievable lightning storm. And the hail was awesome. And the hail actually was still around till about 2 hours ago in one corner by my house until the sun moved around and hit it. So, all right, so they're going to play baseball tomorrow. Still trying to be the first to get going. Brent Hathaway, the Mavs manager, said that the field was playable, but wet. Supposed to rain a little bit more tonight. Although the new forecast looks like it's not going to rain until after baseball would be done, but it's pretty wet. So he said, pray that they get the tarp down tonight. That's what he told 406mtsports.com. That would be funny if they don't. Oh. Senators forget to put tarp down. Baseball canceled. That would be just with the way 2020's gone this year. That would that wouldn't surprise me. We asked this question the other day when Legion canceled its sponsorship for the season nationally, but they are allowing teams to save money because you don't want to have to buy new uniforms, you don't want to have to change, rip the patch off, any of that. The American Legion logos do not have to be covered up, whether it's on the uniforms or on the programs or on the walls, fences, whatever. So there you go. The state doesn't move into phase 2 until June 1st, but sporting events in Lewis and Clark County, along with Lake, Yellowstone, Ravalli, and Gallatin all received permission Tuesday to start playing baseball. Interesting, though, because Ravalli County just came out with 7 new cases of the COVID, 3 more pending, all related. Oh, what's going to happen there? But, okay, anyway. The Mavs are scheduled to host a 10-team, 22-game tournament this weekend for their annual Memorial Day tournament, but does not look like that's going to happen. Oh, well. So, best of luck, Legion Baseball. There you go. All right, let's get to On This Day in History. But before we do, I want to tell you about something that you need to do. You need to go out to Green Meadow Country Club and get signed up to become a member, if you have not yet. Tell them you heard it or saw it on the Jason Walker Show, heard about it, Jason Walker Show. And get signed up, become a member, because today, I posted this on the Jason Walker Show Facebook page. They had cheeseburger soup as a lunch special. Now, the canceled league today because all the rain we got last night and this morning, so we couldn't play league today. But league is all day Wednesdays. And so you can make a tea time in the morning, you can afternoon it, you can evening it. You get involved with the league for the men's league. The women's league is on Tuesdays. It's great. There's so many great things to do. Plus, cheeseburger soup today. Come on. Plus a half a melt special. Get out there, become a member. Fantastic events once we're allowed to, once again. But Green Meadow Country Club, sign up. You heard it on the Jason Walker Show. All right, on this date, it's brought to you by the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. It is May the 20th, National Juice Slush Day. It is National Be a Millionaire Day, Pick Strawberries Day, Quiche Lorraine Day, and Rescue Dog Day. So the wife has 3 dogs when we met, still has them, all rescues. So 2 Chihuahuas and a Wiener Chihuahua mix. I like them and I hate them at the same time. You know what I mean? My dog, Mini Aussie, that's full blood, but fully bred as well. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I just said. All right, on this date, 1900, the second modern Summer Olympic Games opened up in Paris. They lasted 5 months. 1920, police raid the Cubs bleachers, arrest 24 fans for gambling. Speaking of gambling, legal gambling at the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. 1930, the University of Cal dedicates $1,500 to research on prevention and the cure of athlete's foot. $1,500 not well spent because people still get athlete's foot. By the way, the best cure I ever heard of that actually works for athlete's foot, urine. Yes. You basically pee on your feet while you're in the shower because it's the cleanest, but urine cures athlete's foot. How about that? 1978, the 103rd Preakness. Steve Cawthon aboard Affirmed wins the second leg of the Triple Crown would go on to win the Belmont in a couple of weeks. 1983, Larry Holmes beats Tim Witherspoon by split decision to retain his WBC title. In 1985, Holmes beat Carl Williams for the heavyweight boxing title. 1984, we go back a year, Roger Clemens beat the Twins, his first victory as a pro, Boston Red Sox. 1988, Mike Schmidt hit his 535th home run, moving into 8th place. Happy birthdays today. One non-sports related, Jimmy Stewart was born on this date in 1908. It's a Wonderful Life. Was in The Shootist with John Wayne, John Wayne's last movie. Died in 1997. Jimmy Stewart did, but born on this date in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Dana Carvey did such a great impersonation of Jimmy Stewart back in the day. So funny. 1946, happy birthday to Craig Patrick, American center, NHL executive, won Olympic gold in 1980, and GM the Pittsburgh Penguins to the Stanley Cup in 91 and 92, also 2009 or 2009. He was born in Detroit, Michigan. Happy birthday, David Wells, born on this date in 1963, had a perfect game in 1988. Missy Kress was born on this day in 1970. She was the catcher for the Colorado Silver Bullets. And Tony Stewart celebrating a birthday today. The race car driver is older. He was born in 71. Also, let's see, a couple other things that happened on this date. 1862, Abraham Lincoln signed into law the Homestead Act, providing cheap land for the settlement of the American West. 80 million acres by 1900 happened. 1873, Levi Strauss, Jacob Davis patented the first blue jeans with copper rivets. The jeans were born on this date. Let's see, 1506, Christopher Columbus died. They think he was 54. He also thinks he discovered America. 2015, David Letterman hosted his final Late Show after 33 years and then became a hermit in Montana. Also, one guy, a famous cricketer, played cricket for England back in 1892. He died on this day in 1926. His name was Dick Puffer. Let's do this.
We always hear from
No,
the guys.
that was we did that already. Let's do this one.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Wonderful show today. Thank you to Haley Ray Ostrom for joining us, professional golfer. Such a sweetheart. Get a chance to follow her. I highly recommend it. Tomorrow, we're talking history of Montana with John Russell, who is unbelievable. Great friend, longtime friend. He was also in a great movie in 1987, a cinematic American classic. And he will join us tomorrow. So looking forward to that. But again, you can listen to anything on the JasonWalkerShow.com. Rewatch, re-listen, do it all. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 4. Happy anniversary to my wife. 3 fantastic years. Here's to 175 more.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.